Redesign studio. Our showroom's in Wildwood and we renovate kitchens and bathrooms, and I wanted to talk today about backsplashes and how to make tile or some sort of unique area in your backsplash space pop, and how you can make your kitchens just really speak to you, how your family looks or feels in your space. And I feel like a lot of people, they move into a house and it maybe doesn't have, a perfect backsplash for themselves. Maybe it's a standard 4x4 tile that was there from the 80s or 70s, or no backsplash, and it's just got kind of a countertop that comes up for 4 inches, and you live with that for so long you don't realize that that's actually the focal point. When you walk in your space, your eyes go right to that area. It's about 54 inches high. It's right in line with where you're standing when you're walking in the space. So having that area as a great place to make it pop. Maybe you can't renovate the whole kitchen, but doing a backsplash is a really quick way to really make a statement in a space.
I posted a picture of one that you're in process of doing that I saw in your Tuesday's tips, that you're going to do some kind of a herringbone pattern. I couldn't really figure out what material that was.
It's marble.
Marble.
So
Look, almost like wood too. I mean, it was
kind of did, because it's a matte finish.
Grayish kind of color or whatever.
It's a good muddy gray tan, which is like my favorite color. There's no real word for it. Everyone says grayish, but it's more tan even than gray. Right. And I feel like it's just a warm, subtle tone that adding a texture to that, meaning the pattern of the tile creates a texture if you're just looking at that space. So it's not just blah tan. It creates your eye to move around, which is really nice. So this one kitchen he's talking about, the client wanted a more California feel. So we've got a lot of light tans and whites and some crisp colors that when by itself or with a contrasting color, it would look dramatically different than it does in this space. These tones are very tone on tone, so the countertop and the backsplash are very similar to each other, and the backsplash really looks just so, it draws you in. It's just very comforting, the colors and the pattern of it. And we took a regular tile and put it in a herringbone pattern instead. So it could have been a subway. We could have installed it vertically or horizontally, which would look beautiful as well. But creating a herringbone pattern in a standard backsplash height just makes it look bigger. Your eyes kind of trick, like I can't tell what size that is. And it just really looks appealing. So
right. And a lot of that backsplash area in old houses used to be drywall. That was always painted.
And this was the old Kirkwood house too.
Kind of painted white and kind of dirty, and kind of had coffee splashes on it and things, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this house before had, we renovated the whole thing, so it's a completely different location where things even were, but it had a laminate countertop with a little backsplash up 4 inches tall, and then just a drywall wall. And a lot of people have that and think, well, that's okay, maybe I could put tile above that. I would not. I like to not see that little 4-inch lip of backsplash up there. I like to see the countertop, and then right above the countertop starts the backsplash all the way to the bottom of the wall cabinets. And when possible, depending on what your hood looks like, if you look at my website or images that I've done on social media, I typically have a hood be a focal point somewhere in the kitchen. And in that space, I really like to take that backsplash tile up and around that all the way to the ceiling, just really make the height increased in that space.
And Anne-Marie, how do people get a hold of you? What's your phone number, and what's some of your social media?
So I'm on Facebook and Instagram mainly for social media, and it's Anne-Marie Studio. And our phone number for our company is 636, I'm going to get it wrong, 82, see?
It's 636-821-3395. I even wrote it down so I could say it after the show.
You know how many times I don't say that right?
Well, I've had the same phone number in my company for
I don't call
45 years now. And
it's kind of hard when you don't call it.
And I use it a lot, and we text as well.
But I really like when you go to our website, we've got a great tool on there. It's a budget calculator. So if you go to our website, it's annemaristudio.com, and Anne is spelled with an E. On the website, we've got a million inspiration ideas. We've got great kitchens and bathrooms, and I call them essential spaces, which could be a bar or a laundry room or just like a butler's pantry, a really cute area that you can dress up with cabinetry, countertop, backsplash tile again. Backsplash can be like an art piece. But on there too, we have a budget calculator that talks about how much it could cost to do a kitchen or a bathroom, and it really walks you through how much each area could cost.
And that is your focus, kitchen and bathrooms, as well as possibly you'll expand rooms. And
most of the time people are calling and saying, I want to do a kitchen, but I also
kind of wish this room was bigger and this office was an office and not a bedroom with a closet that doesn't work.
I can see my wife looking at our backsplash right now.
Yeah.
Well, you all should go look at your backsplash right now. Yes. It's a simple way to really dress up your space and not have
We've
to
got
do
another
extreme
text.
renovation.
This person is curious, how important is the grout color on the backsplash on the tile?
It literally changes the whole tile.
And is it okay to tile direct to the drywall, or do I need a different material?
Drywall on the wall. It also depends if we're doing a whole renovation. If we're doing a whole renovation, we might put something different back there anyway, because it could be a wet surface and you want it to be able to hold tile really well. So we might use Durarock instead of drywall. But the grout, great example. We had a client who wanted to do a gray tile and a really dark grout, so we did. And it looked really, really heavy, just dramatic, and for some people, a great way to look, but she really wanted it to look softer. So we went in and stained the grout lighter afterwards, just to show how different it could look. We've got a little example in our showroom. We did a tile board that has the exact same tile with 2 different grout colors. It completely changes the whole look of the space with a different grout color.
You stain the grout?
You can stain your grout. If your grout is sealed, it won't accept the stain. So this was fairly right after the project was completed. It's not very often that we change the grout actually for the client. Usually we pick exactly the pieces. We choose that with you. That's just to talk about what we do, right? So I'm a designer. We have an entire process where we like to pick all the parts and pieces for you for your project. So when we're choosing the backsplash tile, we're going to help choose the grout color. Some jobs might wait till the tile is there at the house, so I can lay it out and hold the grout little samples, because there's small little samples to choose from. You know, this one might pull off pinker color once it's with the tile. This one might pull off a little too gray if we're not looking for a gray. There's like 5 whites, you know what I mean? So it might make more sense to choose it on the job site with the tile right there, but that's our job. We're trying to help make sure that it looks just like what you're looking for. A lot of times we'll install the tile if they can't choose the grout. I don't know, I want to see it up first. Okay, we can wait. We can run to the tile store and get the grout for you. But they'll see the tile all installed, and the first thing you see is shadows. You see the shadows for the grout lines and where they were. So if you have a patterned tile, like let's say a hexagon or a chevron tile or something like that, if you choose a grout that's a little bit darker than your tile, you'll notice the pattern more. If you choose a grout that's much, much darker than your tile, you'll definitely notice the pattern, but it will definitely look heavier. So I usually say not to go quite as dramatic with the grout color, just a few shades darker or richer than the color of the tile. And it shows the pattern that way, and it doesn't look crazy heavy, and it doesn't, the pattern doesn't get lost. So a white tile with white grout, sometimes the pattern gets lost, which is hard.
And Anne-Marie, could you give us your phone number and your details again?
Because I won't mess my phone number up.
How about 636-821-3395?
And it's AnneMarieStudio.com. And check out my social media on Instagram and Facebook, and call us with any questions you have.
Very good. We always enjoy having you on the air, and we will look forward to talking a little bit more after the break.
Thanks so much.